A massive, decaying shopping mall sits under the glow of a flickering street lamp. The parking lot is empty except for a single rusted-out car. The wind howls through the shattered windows. A grainy security camera feed shows empty hallways, but the monitors flicker. James, 40s, weary security guard, leans back in his chair, sipping coffee. James. Another long night in the dead mall. He rubs his eyes, staring at the footage. Something shifts in the shadows near an old clothing store. James, to himself. Thought this place was empty. He rewinds the tape. A figure flickers on screen, a woman in a white dress standing perfectly still in the middle of the corridor. James grabs his flashlight and keys. James walks cautiously through the abandoned halls. The once thriving stores are now hollowed-out shells. A distant sound, footsteps, echoes through the space. James. Hello. Mall's closed. If you're in here, you need to leave now. Silence. Suddenly, a mannequin crashes to the floor behind him. James spins around, shining his flashlight, but there's no one there. James, muttering. Damn kids. He continues walking, passing an old escalator, frozen mid-motion. He shines his light upward. A glimpse of bare feet disappearing around the second-floor railing. James hesitates, then follows. Upstairs, the air is heavy, stale. The food court sits abandoned, chairs overturned, trays rotting on tables. A distant humming echoes from one of the stores. James approaches an old toy store, its windows covered in dust. The humming grows louder. James. Anyone in there? A whisper, almost too faint to hear. Do you want to play? James steps inside. The shelves are lined with dusty dolls, their glassy eyes reflecting his flashlight. A single carousel horse sits in the middle of the store. Suddenly, a toy wind-up monkey claps its cymbals on the floor. James jumps back. James. Alright, this ain't funny. A doll falls off the shelf behind him. He whirls around. The woman in the white dress stands in the doorway, head tilted, eyes hollow and dark. James. Who the hell are you? She doesn't answer. Instead, she smiles, a wide, unnatural grin. Woman. You're the last one. James stumbles backward. The toy store door slams shut. The security monitors glitch. The cameras show James standing in the toy store alone, but from another angle, the woman is right behind him. The screen distorts, showing static, then cuts to black. James gasps for breath, banging on the door. The lights flicker wildly. The whispering grows deafening. Stay. 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 The lights cut out. Darkness. Silence. Then, a single scream. The sun rises. Another security guard, Michael, 30s, walks in, sipping coffee. He looks around. Michael. James. You here? No answer. He glances at the monitors. The cameras show an empty mall. A single note sits on James' desk. Written in shaky handwriting. I'm still here. The radio crackles. Help, me. Michael's eyes widen. He looks toward the hallway. The lights flicker. Fade to black. The forgotten mall. A decrepit shopping mall looms under the eerie glow of the moon. The parking lot is cracked and overgrown with weeds. A single flickering streetlight buzzes in the silence. The security monitors display empty hallways covered in dust and shadows. Rick, mid-40s, exhausted security guard, leans back in his chair, drinking stale coffee. Rick. Another night watching ghosts. Suddenly, one of the monitors glitches. A silhouette moves in the dark near the food court. Rick, muttering. Thought this place was locked up. He grabs his flashlight and radio, sighing as he gets up. Rick walks through the dusty corridors, past boarded-up storefronts. His footsteps echo eerily. A faint whisper drifts from the old arcade ahead. "Help me, please." Rick freezes. He shines his flashlight toward the arcade entrance. The old neon sign flickers to life, casting an unnatural glow. "Rick. Hello. Anyone in here?" The arcade machines are still and silent, except for one, a claw machine buzzing with power. Inside, among the plush toys, is a dirty porcelain doll. Its head turns slightly toward Rick. "Rick. What the hell?" A claw drops and grabs the doll. The machine screen flashes. "You win." The machine shuts off. The silence is deafening. A shadow moves behind Rick. He spins around, but there's nothing there. Suddenly, the security radio crackles. "Radio static. Get out. Before the mall takes you." Rick stumbles backward, his breath quickening. Rick rushes through the food court, the eerie sound of distant footsteps behind him. "You can't leave." Rick turns. The mannequins from a nearby clothing store have shifted, now